um, bench. So it's been a beautiful week. We finally into the Champions League final, and I'll begin with you. What should we expect?
I think we should expect a good match today, bearing in mind that those who are playing the final today, they did try their best in the semi-finals. PSG beating Arsenal 3-1, and Inter Milan edging out Barcelona. So I expect a competitive match, and of course I expect Inter Milan to deliver.
Why will Inter Milan win this?
I think that is the only front they have to secure a trophy this season.
So the trophy is their major ambition?
Yes.
How about the squad, the quality? Can they match them up?
Even the squad, you look at the quality of the team, the likes of Lautaro Martinez, the like of Barella, yes. And then, of course, you look at the experience they have in that particular team. And this is their second final in 3 years. And then, of course, having lost Serie A to their rivals Napoli. So I think they have every opportunity to at least try and secure the trophy. Yes.
Yes. For Wendy, who do you think will go with the title and why?
Okay, I was voting for Inter. I'm still voting for Inter. But by the looks of things, ni kama hizi clubs ziko na baji ya ndege wana win this season. That's the only unique team there. PSG wako na ndege kwa their badge, right? But singependa PSG could win that because they already have two trophies, if I'm not wrong. Yeah. So if they win this, they're going to have a treble. But Inter, they have none. So again, I'll say if Inter scores fast, then they're automatically going to carry it home because they have best defense than PSG.
Yep. Barry, who do you think? What should you expect first?
A good game, a game of two halves, but I'll disagree with my colleagues. I think Inter has the experience, but I think PSG has the hunger, led by that coach.
Enrique.
Yeah, and they have a very, in my view, well-balanced squad. So I'm going to have PSG go 2-1.
PSG, why would you say PSG will win it? Because of the obvious reasons?
No, if you look at PSG, I think they've had a fairly very good season. If you go through one of the strongest teams, which is Arsenal this season, and then now you're in the final, I think PSG, to me, has one leg on the cup, and these guys are saying, Wendy's saying, if Inter score fast, then it's a problem. But we saw Inter concede how many goals last time. I think also Inter's a problem with defending.
Yeah. Are you sure?
Yeah.
So Areli,
yes.
This is my question, right?
Yeah.
Talk about the remake that we've seen from PSG this season. You know, the talents like Due and Bakola having a great season. Do you think that will count?
Yeah, I think that is where they can reach, and they've delivered this season. When you look at what Luis Enrique has done with the squad, when he came in, he removed Marco Verratti from the squad, and people began questioning why your best midfielder. They didn't know that this guy is assembling the best midfield in the world at the moment, in the legs of Vitinha, the legs of Neves and Fabian Luis from Spain. So I think the squad today against Inter Milan, I don't give them an opportunity to win because I feel they're still young. They still have good years for themselves, and if they cannot deliver it this season, so probably next season, and that one is what I think Luis Enrique is doing at the moment. Even the owner, that is the
Saudi Arabian?
Yes, the Saudi Arabian. He said, if we don't deliver a trophy this season, and we've laid down that foundation that we are heading on the right direction. So winning.
Yeah. So it was a good idea for them to do away with the superstar.
Yeah.
One time,
yes,
watching their match when Neymar was there. Messi,
Lionel
Mbappe.
Messi.
You'll see PSG defending a corner, but ungeona Mbappe na Neymar, you know, wako half line huko wamesimama, you know, like
yes,
yeah. So
I think even the other teams, they should copy
what has taken that
what PSG has done this season. even I can even give you an example of Mikel Arteta when he came into Arsenal.
Yes.
Alitoa Mesut Ozil, akatoa Aubameyang, the likes of Lacazette, Xhaka, you know, akamtoa ka captain akapeana kwa mtu mwingine. So I think ilipatia ile squad ability ya move around.
Na kumwezesha pia kwa in control, sio?
Yes.
I feel like if PSG does not win this Champions League, they're going to have a tough season next season. Because I mean, watu watakuwa washajua their trend, you know. Right now, they're having a new team, a perfect team, but next season, tutakuwa tushawajua, like other teams in Europe, watakuwa washajua trend yao. The same to Arsenal. Some 2 years back, we were
and for
perfect.
I mean, PSG have been entertaining, interesting, right? Like some PlayStation, good football. Do you think that's what we're going to see tonight?
I doubt it.
Why? Why do you doubt?
PSG. I don't feel I don't feel like they're going to play the same game they normally play.
I think PSG have really kept up the momentum since they beat, you know, they almost went out at the group phase, you know, at the group stage.
We beat them 2-0
against Man City. So they've really kept up the momentum. Do you think we'll still see that interesting football? Of course, that they only lost to Aston Villa. You know, yes.
I think PSG, in my view, Inter won't allow them to play. That one I'm very sure. The typical Italian mentality. Simone Inzaghi will set up the team, like they said, score fast and frustrate the hell out of this PSG guy.
Defend.
But if PSG keep their calm, if PSG have the ball, then I think the defense of Inter must be very careful, especially when PSG are on possession. So what Inter will do is make sure they don't allow possession and have the ball more than PSG. That's my view.
And then another thing I want to add to what Barry is saying, it's a game where we expect even the goalkeepers to be man of the match. Because you look at the role they've played during the qualifiers, the knockout stages. We saw Gianluigi, this guy from Donnarumma, yes, from Italy, winning the man of the match against Arsenal. The same thing happened to Inter Milan's goalkeeper, that is Ian Sommer. He also won the man of the match award. So even today they have a big role to play on this particular final.
Yes.
And I feel like this game will go into extra time because these teams are both tough.
Yeah, and also maybe the only team to like they conceded goals against Barcelona, but they finally went through. Do you think there'll be that mean defense again that we think? But they've really seen them going forward, threatening, you know. Inter, yes.
They will be past mean defending, past mean.
I think it will be very great defending from both sides. But if you ask me, the person who has the ball more will be more dangerous. So it's how you defend, how you set up your defense. But also, if you have a chance, it's how you convert the chance. So the defense will be looked at, and the attack also will be looked at. Yes.
Again, I want to point out the defensive nature of Inter Milan. Before they played Barcelona, they had conceded 2 goals the whole of the tournament. And then when they met Barcelona, a team that is having good players up front, the likes of Yamal, Rafinha, and Lewandowski.
Actually, it was only Yamal who outtrained your defense.
Yes. I think the way a player is quick, the quicker you become, the better for the opponent team. Because I believe if the likes of Edue and Bakola, and Dembele, yes, if they become quick, I think there will be a threat to Inter Milan. But again, of course, Inter Milan, they've been defensively, they've been good.
Yeah, talk about the role of Dembele. 33 goals in a season.
Yes, I think. Yes. I think if he wins the Champions League, he has the best opportunity to win the Ballon d'Or.
This could be the most silent Ballon d'Or ever won. Yamal, because the Ballon d'Or is between him and Yamal.
Yeah.
And it looks like whoever will win the Champions League Champions League will decide who wins.
But Yamal did not win. He's not going to win it.
Definitely, yeah.
So if Dembele wins, then I see he has every opportunity of maybe.
Mambo ya Europe jamani.
Yeah, but
Kidogo
also
pale.
Dembele has like reinvented his season, right?
Yes.
Remember?
Barcelona
sure,
has struggled quite a bit, and he's come. And I think the coach has given him roles and a clear role that is understandable. And I also wanted to mention that this guy, Luis Enrique, he has built his own team. These guys, some of them, like we mentioned there, he removed them. The stars.
The stars, yeah.
He's built his own, and I think he's trying to create his own philosophy, and that is what is sticking now with PSG. So I still insist. I will not be surprised if PSG win, and then this coach becomes coach of the year.
Yeah. So finally, on the Champions League, what's your prediction?
2-1 PSG.
2-1 PSG. Wendy, who will win? What would your prediction?
Inter. Yeah, 1-0 or 2-1.
So I think everybody's rooting for Inter.
Yeah, I'll concur with Wendy. Yeah, because I believe and I think at this particular game we won't expect more goals. So
of course the finals, right?
Yeah.
Not
So
more than
1-0.
3.
Yeah, 1-0 will be good.
And in fact, but if the Inter Milan coach makes the same mistake that he did,
Simone Inzaghi.
Yeah, does the same mistake he did against Barcelona. You know, when he got off the tried and tested squad that he had, like DeMarco, you know,
but
then he'll face it tough against PSG.
But I think Martinez, Thuram, they are fit. So he has his front three, and then I guess defensively hapo katikati wachezaji wake wote wako. So I expect they have to win it because they lost it in 2023.
Yeah, so people talking about that particular final is at 10 p.m. of course, and we'll talk about.
I have another prediction.
Tonight. Yeah, what do you mean?
I talked of extra time. That means they
Uh-huh.
might go to penalties. Yeah.
And Inter will still win.
No, keepers will
Keepers.
Yeah.
It's the keepers.
And Donnarumma was excellent, you know, in home leg against Liverpool especially, and away leg as well at Anfield.
And against Arsenal.
Yeah, and against Arsenal.
No, do we know how?
Jan Sommer was also excellent.
Do we know how good each keeper is in penalties? I think that's another question.
Yes,
that's another question. But I think Jan Sommer proved himself.
Yeah, we've already experienced him
So,
with Italy. Yeah.
Okay.
So the Manchester United former Manchester players like Denzel and who and Matic.
Matic is in Lyon.
Lyon. Yes.
Well, yeah, the former Manchester United guy who could be winning the title with Inter
Mkhitaryan.
Yeah, Mkhitaryan.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so they could be winning. But let's talk about the Europa Conference League. Chelsea, many people saying Chelsea, this is not their level.
Okay.
You know. Because they even had like a stroll kwa tournament mzima.
Yes. Even if it is not their level, I want to at least appreciate what Enzo Maresca has done to this particular team. You know, it is the youngest squad in EPL. Yeah, you know, bringing in that winning mentality to this particular team. I remember when even the season began, people never rated Chelsea to finish top 4. As the season progressed, they saw what these young players can do. Yes. So I think finishing top 4 and winning the Conference League sums up everything that Chelsea, Enzo Maresca has done.
But at some point,
I'd
given up.
So I'm sorry, we are pressed with time.
Okay.
So that's how we went it, but we had so much to talk about, including the Manchester United trip to Asia, some striker from Myanmar scoring against Manchester United. Ratcliffe, you know,
losing against Asian All-Stars.
Money painting moves at the Carrington, cutting the cost. Is it working for Manchester United? Rory Dillap going to Chelsea. I think next week we'll be able to exhaust all this. But thank you so much for being part and parcel of the conversation on the Touchline today. See you next time. God bless.